Kevin Costner's $264 million sci-fi epic crashes on a streaming. 39 years after his breakout role in The Untouchables, Kevin Costner remains one of the biggest names in Hollywood. His previous tenure in Yellowstone helped shape Taylor Sheridan's thriller into a global phenomenon, while the likes of The Bodyguard and Dances with Wolves remain timeless classics. But, as Kevin Costner certainly knows, they can't all be winners. The recent Horizon, an American Saga, bombed hard at the box office, putting the saga's future in jeopardy. Chapter 2 is complete, but still doesn't have a release date after being shelved indefinitely. But decades before Horizon became a short-sighted franchise, Kevin Costner starred in one of the most notorious box office bombs of all time. But, like Horizon, it's also a cult classic, and it's sailing onto a new streaming home. If you immediately put two and two together after reading Kevin Costner and Box Office Bomb, then, congratulations. For everyone else, the piece of movie trivia that appears in every pub quizzes film round across the world is the notorious failure that was Waterworld. Released 31 years ago, Waterworld is regarded as one of the biggest financial failures in film history because of its gargantuan budget. But the film has since made back more than its ridiculous budget through DVD sales, TV rights, and streaming contracts. Waterworld's latest streaming jump has helped push the film even further into the green, as it just landed on Netflix. Waterworld was added to Netflix on May 1st. If you only know Waterworld through its financial disaster, the actual movie is a post-apocalyptic sci-fi film, led by Kevin Costner. After the polar ice caps melted, humanity learned to survive on giant floating cities. Costner plays the mariner, whose body has mutated gills to adapt to the oceanic surface. When the mariner decides to help a woman and a young girl on the run, he finds himself on part of a wild goose chase, as the evil smokers believe the child is the key to finding dry land. Waterworld's box office failure, explained. There is a lot of confusion and misconceptions around Waterworld's box office performance. Some people say that Waterworld even bankrupted an entire studio. Given that it was made by Universal Pictures, which is still going, mostly, strong today, that's clearly not true. The film was actually a decent box office hit, grossing $264 million worldwide. However, what let the film down was its budget. Originally eyeing a $100 million budget, the budget quickly ballooned until the film cost a total of around $175 million to produce. Including marketing, it's estimated that the film cost a total of $235 million. Technically, it still made a profit. But, had the film stuck to its original budget, everybody at Universal would have been diving headfirst into swimming pools full of money, Scrooge McDuck style. Waterworld isn't Kevin Costner's only sci-fi flop. Waterworld is notorious for its poor financial figures. However, it's far from Costner's only poorly managed sci-fi action thriller. Just 2 years later, in 1997, Costner returned to the post-apocalyptic genre, albeit with a less wet apocalyptic setting, for The Postman. Based on the novel by David Brin, it is set in a desolate Oregon where one man tries to rekindle the flames of society after finding an old United States Post Office uniform, which he adopts as his own. Despite adapting a multi-award-winning sci-fi classic, The Postman was a far worse financial failure than Waterworld, grossing just under $20 million against an estimated budget of $80 million.